woman, it's time to heal and feel, be real. You just gotta take your time, unwind and chill. Cause now it's time to love yourself. Build emotional and mental health. Cause black woman, it's time to heal and feel, be real.
Hey y'all, we're back with another episode of Black Women Healing Podcast. And wait a minute, don't do nothing. Like, subscribe, wherever you at, for real, y'all. We need y'all to like do all the things because we are in the podcast place, and in order to afford this, we need some coins. We need the streams. We need all the things, like, for real, y'all. We really want to like continue elevating, and we love this space, but we need to be able to afford this space. So please, like, subscribe, stream the whole thing. That's another thing. Let's talk about this. Because y'all just be clicking. Y'all be listening to the first little 5 seconds, 5 minutes. Y'all not really even getting the good stuff. We get really good at about like 15 minutes. Come on.
At 2 minutes.
At 2
Come on.
minutes.
Yes.
Nah, the good stuff. Because we start off with the this or that.
Okay, the juiciness.
Yes. The this or that be cool. But that 15 minutes, like whatever topic it is, like we're in it.
Yeah. Okay.
So come on, y'all. Like, listen to the whole thing. Even, look, just play it. Let it go. Also, if we're continuing to promote ourselves, we have our Healing on the Daily Black Women Healing Podcast mugs. They so cute.
You can use it for whatever because she's drinking a Celsius.
I'm drinking a Celsius, y'all. So I'm trying to get some energy, but whatever you want to put, you could put your little wine. You can put your little hot water, a little lemon, a little tea, a little coffee. Yeah, if you even just want this mug and put some pins in it.
Oh, I actually do that.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, you could do that. We also have a Black Women Healing Podcast. This is our Healing on the Daily. We're talking about this is how you know, y'all. We've been having this book for like 5 years. I'm like, what's it called?
5 years is crazy. It has different modalities of healing, though. So you got Donika in there doing yoga. We have different journal prompts. We have family activities you can do. Anything you can think of, different versions of healing, all in this book. It should actually be a curriculum.
Not for real. We might need to do something.
Yes.
And it's on Amazon. All you have to do is follow us on all the things, and our link tree is there. Or if you put in Black Women Healing Podcast, put Donika Myra Hollis, it's gonna pop up. So
yes.
Yeah, support us while we support you.
Yes.
All right, y'all. So this topic, or more so, I guess we can say this is a review. Because we're just about to get into it. So
Here we go.
The movie Straw on Netflix, produced, directed
Tyler Perry.
Yep. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Let's just talk about our overall thoughts because it's a lot going on. I know y'all probably already heard a lot. Spoiler alert, because we about to talk about all of this.
We getting right into it. So you might want to stop and go watch it if you have not already.
And then come back.
Yes.
Yeah. Or mute, because again, we want the streams.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Listen to the whole thing. But yeah, so let's just talk about what you think. Just overall.
I also think that for some people, maybe like a trigger warning might be helpful just because of the way in which the experience of a Black woman is displayed. Ugh. But I thought this movie was damn good. Like, I thought the movie was so good because I think that it could be perceived in so many different ways. It could be perceived as Taraji has some type of mental illness. It could be perceived as the weight of the world on a Black woman's shoulders. Mm-hmm. It could be perceived as her grief journey. It could be perceived as all of those coming together. Mm-hmm. So I just thought that, like, watching it, my therapist's brain was going one way. My Myra brain was going one way. It was just a phenomenal movie. I thought it was so good. I felt like it was rushed a little bit in some parts, but that's typical Tyler Perry. But overall, I thought it was a great movie. It was so good.
Yeah,
like I don't even know where to start. Like it was just so good to me.
I agree. I definitely. I think we're gonna get into it, but my overall synopsis is definitely, it was a great movie. I think it highlighted so many different areas.
Yes.
Community.
Community. Oh my God. That part, it really spoke to me. That part really spoke to me. Because when them people saw what was going on the news, okay, I just want to ask you a question. Okay, so there's one part in the movie where the bank teller decides to go live. And I was like, why is she doing this? I think that she had the thought of doing it because she wanted everybody to know what the hell is going on. But I thought that was going to make it worse. But that actually became helpful because all those people started seeing it being streamed and was like, no, like let's really honor like the Black experience. And they all came together to rally around her. Whereas in my head, I was panicking when she did that. I was like, now they're about to call the SWAT team. Like all these other things are going to happen, but that did not happen.
No.
I mean, it did, but it didn't.
Exactly. I think it's so many different pieces of like it not being realistic and like it's showing a different way of things happening, you know, in a sense of the law enforcement piece.
Yeah.
Law enforcement in general. And maybe this was like Tyler Perry's like trying to get people to see like it could be different, you know, with law enforcement. Different people might show up different ways.
It was giving Black fantasy. That's what the movie was. Like this was not like
that's a great word.
A real depiction of how things happen in real life. It was giving Black fantasy. What would the world look like if it was ran by Black people who have good intentions for Black people?
Come on. That's exactly.
It was giving Sky Full of Elephants. If y'all have read that movie.
I have.
Side note. Sky Full of Elephants is about all the people in the world besides Black people going into a river, drowning and dying. And then the world is being ran by Black people and how beautiful it is. It sounds crazy as hell.
What?
It could be controversial, but when you read it as a Black person, you're going to be like, wow. It's basically like this movie. I know it sounds crazy as hell, but it's again, Black fantasy. It's a fantasy of how the world would be if it was centered around Black people.
Wow. Yeah. I've been trying to think of the word, and that is what it is. It's Black fantasy. I'm like, this is not like what? Like, no, this like Tiana Taylor goes up and punches her colleague like,
with her hair blown in the wind.
Model walk off, Black woman. You know, just beautiful.
But
like
her talking the lady down too. Like she was given so much time to calm that lady down. That don't happen in real life.
They not
Black
giving
fantasy.
That. When she was sitting there, he was like, "You're doing an amazing job." Even that, matter of fact, somebody said this, like giving affirmations to this Black woman, this white man who walks in their space, right? Their space, and to be like, you know what? I think she's doing an amazing job, and she should continue doing it.
And even when she came to her supervisor and was like, such and such did this, and the supervisor said, what? And then went up and handled it. That don't happen.
Come on. That's not
Black
happening.
fantasy. I love it.
So that's you know, we got to start off on a great note. So Tyler Perry definitely did his thing in that aspect, but he also, as usual, puts Black people and Black women in this struggle boat.
Yeah.
And also the Black people against each other, because why did that manager have to be a Black old man? And why did Tiana Taylor's partner have to be a Black man too, who was actually going against her? Like, why did they have to be Black people? Like, and not even saying they had to be a white person, because we had another, even a racially ambiguous type of person. Why does it have to be these people? The landlady, you know, like the property manager. Why does it always have to be that though? I don't like it.
I don't like that part either. I think that he don't know nothing different though. That's most of his stuff. It's always like Black trauma. And it almost feels as though, like, I know he has like this deal with Netflix where he has to produce X amount of things. And I know he's trying to meet that demand.
Okay.
But it also feels as though he was like, I'm going to show y'all I can do something different. But the people like us that are seeing right through it are like, but you didn't fully do something different. You did a little bit something different, but you didn't fully do something different. But people are eating that shit up. They're not focusing on the fact of he's still focusing on Black trauma.
It's not different. I think the difference is that, if I'm being honest, and I'm gonna have to shout out it's Taraji, in my opinion. Like, that woman is an amazing actress.
Impeccable.
And her, like, if it would have been anybody else in that film, it would have felt like the rest of his films, in my opinion. And not to say Tyler Perry has had some great films, but it's usually when it's a great leading actress.
And she did that in 2 days, y'all. She's on set for something else. She came and did that for 2 days and then left.
Yo.
Wait, that's kind of like more trauma. Wait, what?
Tyler Perry, what you put these people through? I did not know that.
I be going down these random rabbit holes.
Oh my goodness. But no, it was still the same. The writing of it, like you said, it was rushed. That's 2 days. To be able to produce that, in 2 days, or because his writers, they produce stuff constantly, and that's
They
what
do.
you hear. You hear people when they get on set, they do this in like 10 days versus sets and movies like this usually take months.
Dragged out, yes.
Months.
Yeah.
But imagine though if he did put a little bit more time into it, the product and the better storytelling that could happen. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Or if he connected with a Black woman to support his writing in situations like this.
I almost feel like that he does have people on that team. And that's what's
Really?
I do. And that's what's very interesting, where it's like, what?
Yeah. Maybe it's that Netflix deal. Maybe he feels the pressure of, I have to produce X amount of things. under
Tyler
a certain amount
Perry
of
is
time.
also a person who, when he likes something, he likes it. So as we think about like the plays, he's kept them people, over and over, the same actors.
People.
And so if you think about that, if we're thinking it's probably like that for the writers as well. So that's why it's the same type of content, and even just like the narrative of the storytelling sometimes is missing. It has holes and it's not quite wrapped up in a certain way. Maybe that's what it is. It's the same people. Maybe he does need a little pop of something.
You trying to get on his team?
I'm not. I'm not, y'all. I'm sorry. I'll stay away. I'll do a little therapy. Tyler Perry, if you want a therapist on set, I'm down for that. I'll do that. I'll provide some.
I don't think she knows what's going on with Tyler Perry right now, so let's disregard what she just said.
I seen a little bit.
We're not going to touch on that, though. That's not this podcast. I don't think
not
she really
this
knows.
one. Not this one. I think that's even more why it's needed, to be honest. I think so.
Okay.
But like going back to the movie, like I think great film, but it is technically that narrative. I like that it's the Black fantasy that he brought in, though, of
course,
this empathy for a Black woman, being able to see Black women in even the law enforcement and take up for another Black woman, using relatability and empathy for another human soul. Like even that, a lot of times people, they don't have that for each other. And so the fact that this Black woman, Tiana Taylor, was able to use her own personal story, many times when we are, especially even our fields, we're taught like, you can't talk about your own self. You can't think about your own yourself because you become biased.
Yeah.
But many times it's helpful to another person.
Totally agree.
And so Tiana Taylor used her experiences and was able to help this woman through her own trauma.
Yep.
Even though they didn't go into it, it sounded like her childhood, and she was a single mom, I think, as well. Like she just was able to really draw on that.
And we were able to see the emotion too, which I really liked. Like how she was crying through some of it, and we were able to see her emotion.
You don't see that again, that field, and thinking of that, which again, I don't know if that was a coy for him of like wanting people to like be more sympathetic or empathetic to law enforcement, but that's interesting too, I don't know. Did you get a check for that?
I'm curious though, as the bank holdup was happening, like what was going through your mind?
Just give that lady her $500. Like, if I was the bank teller, I mean, fair enough, it's a gun and all of that. And this
is the bomb part though. The part where they kept saying she had a bomb in her backpack was blowing my mind, because I was like, that is not a damn bomb.
I know, but and that's what I was talking to my sister about this, and she was just like, why would, everybody was mad at the bank teller. I think if you haven't had certain like high level experiences, and you may not, because that's what that says, is I'm desensitized also to a gun, where somebody pulled it out. I'm like, hold on, sis, let me give you this little 500. I might not have alerted and did that immediately. You know what I'm saying? But that also may be because I'm a little desensitized to trauma and bad things happening. Even the bomb, I might have been like, what's that?
Yeah.
But that's not also necessarily good, because it could have been a bomb and she could have really wanted to like shoot and kill this lady. You know what I'm saying? So the lady acted in fear, they all were. If you see something blinking, you see a lady at a bank, we have to think of all this context. You're at a bank, you pulled out a gun, you asking for money, although she was asking for her $500. That's it. You're not thinking about all this. Fear, if we're thinking of fear, like what's it? Fear and flight? What's the
fight and flight?
Fight and flight. Like that's what's going on right now. They're like, yo, like we need to act on this versus assessing the situation. This lady comes in here all the time. Yeah, because I would have
been like, why do you have a bomb on your back though? That would have been my question. Like, do you really want to blow you up too?
But yeah, if we're thinking of that, usually if people once they get to that level, absolutely.
But going back to
we're all
what you
going
said
down.
though, she's known for coming to the bank with her daughter. I'd be thinking like you have something to. Oh, that's my therapist right now. I'm thinking about it. So I'm like, you have something to live for your daughter.
And this is fair enough, therapy too. Like therapy makes us very overly sometimes aware of people and what's going on. Everybody don't have that. Most people don't walk through their day-to-day thinking of like, dang, that might be what's going on, or this person, or even being able to put together the last time you've seen a person, this and that, energies. Everybody's not like that.
Yep.
We're thinking of a bank teller. Yes, she does deal with different personalities, but she's dealing with money, numbers, take your money, deposit, go home. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
Like, that's it. And so I get it. I get it from both sides. She did do the most. They were doing the most. But that is scary. Like, rather I see you all the time or not, lady, you have a gun now. And this is out of character. So you might.
But did your thoughts change at all when she, was it the old lady had to use the restroom? And she was like, you could just leave. It was one point where she let the lady leave, right?
Yeah. My sister brought this up too. She was like, she was being nice. She gave them a chair. Like, all of that. I'm like, that doesn't mean anything. If you are fearful and you see, it doesn't matter how nice a person's been to you, still have a gun and a bomb. I don't care. You're crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what is, everybody's not able to put those pieces together. And it doesn't necessarily mean that just because somebody's nice does not mean they still not going to kill you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They just being a little nice. And they could be going through a psychotic episode.
Yeah.
They might have multiple personality disorders. It could be all type of different things happening. So they acted as they acted. And I don't think it's a bad way that they acted. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes sense. She let the old couple leave.
She did. I don't know. I have mixed feelings. I don't know. I feel like her being nice. Maybe it's because I'm watching it though. Like, I'm not in the experience, but as I was watching, I was like, get a lady her money and just get this over with. Like, why is this dragging out like this? Like, what is really going on?
Yeah. Yeah. The plot would have ended real quick with us, as y'all can hear. We would have gave her her money. We would have talked her through it, calmed her down, gave her some resources. Like, it wouldn't have went like that.
Yeah.
But that's why we wasn't in the movie.
So do you think she was wrong at all?
I don't think the word is wrong.
Okay.
I think that I think it just points out the breaks in our humanity in general. Like, the fact that she went on the whole day and nobody noticed that, nobody said anything. Like, hey, she's literally talking to nobody. Like, when it comes to you all, like, psychosis is hallucinations and delusions.
Right.
And so she was experiencing, obviously, auditory, because she was talking to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
and
nobody
holding their hand.
Holding their hand. That's tactile hallucinations.
Right.
Nobody was touching her. Visual, like, she
dropped the kid off at school.
She dropped the kid off at school. They watched her open up a door. Nobody gets out. They watched her wave. I mean, if we want to go even from the house, the landlady or the property manager was she was talking about this money. Y'all not noticing her keep looking back. There's not a child right there. Y'all see her with her child every day. Nobody's right there. She gives the man, even through this too, because that's also the black woman, even black woman through this. She's over here giving this man money. The homeless man, I don't know if he was homeless, but the man that was outside, she gives him money through all. She's having a psychotic episode, y'all. This black woman through it still gives this man money. She barely has the money. She's opened up the door. They're watching her, and it's not everybody outside is watching her do this. Nobody says anything. She goes to work. Fair enough. They didn't know. Like, the friend at work, she asked her about the child. And she's like, yeah, I'm still struggling. Like, nobody knew yet that the child had died. And then when she goes to the school, like you said, how is this? Fair enough. Administrators, I love y'all because y'all do a lot. You watching this parent scream, give me my child, give me my child. Ma'am, you never brought your child in. I'm not letting that lady leave. Hold on, let's talk.
Right, there should have been some type of follow-up.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, there was no intervention from community, so I think that part is what broke me the most. Just like how we sometimes are in our own worlds that we don't stop and like look at that. And not saying you have to be like, you don't have to be a hero or shero and save everybody, but just having a little bit more awareness, especially people again who are around you. This is not, if you're living in my building, if you're coming to a school that I'm administrator at or I'm a teacher, stuff like that. That's what I mean. Like when you can. When you can intervene, you're not going to be able to all the time.
I mean, that's how you save a life, right? Like, I think that there are signs that are there, and that's how you prevent it. And I think that if somebody would have caught her while they saw the signs, that whole bank situation wouldn't have happened. It's like suicide. Like, you'll see signs with people, and you maybe just shake it off or play it off, but that could be the one thing you could do to hold that person's hand to stop them from hurting themselves.
It could. And you know as well, and I think that's why they changed it. I had talked to this girl who went to the movie screening, and she said in the movie screening, the ending was different because, you know how it was one day? The daughter had just died that night. In the movie screening, it had been like 10 days or something, which is even worse. Because one day it's like, I think that's why they had to like change.
The 10 days would have been much better because it would show the grieving process and her really going through it.
And then, but that would have, if people didn't say anything about 10 days, that would have really showed how horrible our world is. Yeah. But the one day kind of gives it like, well, nobody knew about it yet. You know, like even like she had just found out at the end when the mom was like, she died. That just happened that night. So the news had not spread. But 10 days, that would have been so bad. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But the one day definitely is like, dang, her friend at work didn't know about it. That was her. Like, nobody knew yet. She left that hospital that night, went home, went to sleep, and the next day, all of that transpired. Yeah. But I wouldn't say she was wrong. But I wouldn't say that that's obviously okay. I think it's just it shows just like the breaks in our system. Like, we need to do better.
And I feel like there was such a buildup too, which I think is important to highlight, of just like the weight of the world that Black women carry. Because they said that kid was like special needs. She was barely making ends meet. She was always getting evicted. She really couldn't afford much, right? And so I think it's the weight of the world. And it almost felt like her daughter dying was like the breaking point, where it was like, I literally can't do this anymore. And now I have to try to carry on as if she's still here. And this is what it looks like, even though I'm literally losing it.
Yeah, disassociating at that point. Because what else do I have left? You know, if I don't go into this psychotic episode, if I don't go into this delusion, then I'm not going to be able to survive.
Way of self-protecting. Yeah, protecting yourself.
Yeah.
Not saying it's good, but...
No, it's so... It was sad. I did not expect for her. I'll give it to the writers on that. I didn't expect for the daughter to have died. I genuinely thought that she was taken by CPS. But I also was like, dang, y'all just gonna take her? She ain't even, like the daughter's fine, which was also gonna go to a whole nother system piece of like, y'all just be taking these kids and these, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I thought the daughter was made up.
You thought?
I was so like, I thought that the daughter was made up.
Like completely
made up. And I thought that her pretending to have this daughter was a way for her to protect her brain from all that she was experiencing. That's what I literally thought it was.
That's a whole.
But as it went on, I was like, oh no, this is like once was a real person.
Because you was hearing people talking about the daughter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't know that. That did me in. I was my heart. And then the little girl, y'all, she was so cute. Yeah. The little, oh my goodness, the baby died. Oh, they got me with that.
But it makes you think about like the lack of support for single moms, Black single moms in particular.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm bringing my sister. My sister's a single mom, and my sister has 4 kids. And so she was like really going in, like she
probably really feels it.
Exactly. She's just like, we have to go through so much, and that's why she was mad at like the bank teller. Like,
it almost like the movie was the ways in which I imagine a single mom that's having a hard time, how her brain works. Like, that's literally how I imagine it going, just literally like losing it. Like, that's what kept coming up for me of like, is this how their brains are?
And many times you do become invested in your kids, and your kids is the only thing you're living for. Not all these, and we talk about it because you're able to live like you're still living your life. You're
Yeah.
still growing as a person. You hobbies, you got bucket lists that doesn't always include your child.
Yeah.
Although your child gets to go and to experience the world, you have that. You know what I'm saying? You are able to like indulge into these other things.
Right.
And you have other things to live for, which is beautiful.
But that's not very common.
It's not. And I think a lot of single moms, to be honest, sometimes it's not even single moms. Sometimes it's women who are even married and partnered,
Yep.
and it's still that way. But going back to single moms, because it's a whole nother level, your kids become your existence. It's everything. I have to work because I have to take care of this child. I'm struggling, but it's struggle to take care of this child. It's no longer about them at all. Like happiness, me, are my kids happy?
That's why I think it's so important, like, if you know a single mom, to step in and help. And shout out to growing up in Inglewood. Like, one thing I loved about growing up there is, like, my neighbors were so invested in my life. I had a neighbor that would drive me to school. I had a neighbor that would check on me. I had a neighbor who my mom would be in the hospital. They would make sure, like, we were good. I had a neighbor make sure, like, my clothes were washed. Like, all of these things just because, like, we are a community and that we come together. Yeah. And then at one point, I remember moving, still on the same street. I grew up on one block, but we would move back and forth between the apartments. In our new apartment complex, we knew the owners. If my mom was short on rent, they were like, don't worry about it. You're a single mom. We got you. They'd be like, if Myra can come over and help us a little bit, that'll be the rent. Like, it's okay. Jeez. But I say all that to say, I think that is an important part of community. Like, you don't have to give anyone anything but time. None of those people gave us no money. It was all time. That was it.
Even that, I feel like it's a privilege to understand that, though. Sometimes time feels like a luxury. Sometimes for people.
Yeah, it depends on how you look at it, though.
But a lot of times it's not. Like you said, it's how you look at it. Many times people are working, part time or 9-to-5 jobs. But if your mind is still not at a level where you can have the capacity, then you still don't have the luxury. I think we talked about this survival piece. And I think a lot of people back home where I'm from, they're still in this survival. So, and it's because it's so much trauma and historical pieces that are there that they still haven't worked through. So it's like, it may seem like they got all this time in the world, but mentally they don't.
It's a block,
You know what I'm saying? Yep. You hear all the things that like you do every day in your day and I do in my day. And it's like, what? But it's because we have the freedom of like healing.
Yeah.
It's a sad reality, but it's true. But that's amazing that you had that. I wish my sister had that, and I wish that I was there to be able to provide that to her. But that's why I definitely, if my sister asks for anything, she got it.
There we go.
She got it, because what? You're taking care of 4 human beings by yourself,
and that's not even counting yourself, right?
This is the piece. That's. She's at the bottom. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's insane. And this is, if we're thinking of insanity, like how that was the breaking point. Your child dying, after that is what you're living for?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Shout out to the moms, single moms, all the moms. Anybody taking care of a human in general is just wild.
And the grieving parents, right? Like, I think about like the people in my life who have had kids who have been killed, that have passed away, and just like that grieving journey. I have an aunt who her child was killed like 25 years ago and still supporting my aunt through like that grieving journey. Like, it never ends. Like, my heart goes out to those parents too.
I agree. I think like my great aunt, she just lost her son earlier this year. And like it's nothing like it, like that's a whole different level of grief that I don't think anybody should have to experience. It almost feels like it shouldn't be, like we shouldn't be able to have any like that. That's it's so much.
It's so much.
And it never stops. Just like a lot of like grieving processes, it doesn't. But I think a child that you held in your body, that you helped to create, that you raised and nurtured and all those things, and now that you were living for, now they're no longer here. My great aunt, she's experienced it. my grandmother, she lost my uncle when she was younger. My cousin that passed away a few years ago, she raised my cousins. I have a lot of family that has experienced like very complex trauma and a lot of grief. I would say, because now I'm thinking of like, what were some takeaways we give people? Community. You need to talk to those people. If you have lost a child, definitely be around people. Not to say you have to stay around those people, but it's nice to talk to somebody who has experienced it.
Or if you don't want to talk, just being in community, like existing with each other. I feel like it's so important.
I agree. But I say being around people who have experienced it because I think many times, again, it's a whole different type of level of loss and grief. I think people want that sense of being understood.
Yes.
And so if that is something you're experiencing, like there's groups, it might have to ask around, but like I think that really is important.
Yep.
But yeah, community.
Community is key.
We
always bring it back to community because clearly community plays a big role. Like there are research studies that are shown that healing actually happens with people. That's why group therapy is so successful.
Oh my goodness. The importance of socialization.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to be isolated by yourself, nobody else to talk to. Imagine that you only are with your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own mind. You're not going to know everything. And sometimes it is debilitating.
Yes.
So,
and social media friends are not like they can be your in life friends, but don't lean on that too heavily.
No. Oh my goodness.
Have in-person friends.
Look. And also have personal, intimate relationships. You do not have to tell the world social media your whole life. Like that's not the end all be all. And I'm not saying you can't use social media to be social. Some conversations are meant to happen in private.
Exactly.
Everything should not and cannot be played out. It's a different type of healing you're going to get when you get to be face to face in person alone.
Right.
It's more vulnerable. Yep. It's more genuine and it's more experiences for growth.
Yes.
So let's try to do that a little more.
Well, y'all, that's it for this week's episode of Black Women Healing Podcast. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.